Beneath the grandeur of the Giza Pyramids lies a hidden world waiting to be explored. The Giza Cave Network, an intricate labyrinth beneath these ancient monuments, offers a glimpse into the engineering marvels of the past. This subterranean complex is shrouded in mystery and continues to intrigue archaeologists and historians alike. What secrets could these ancient caves hold? Let's delve into the depths and uncover the mysteries beneath the pyramids. The Tomb of the Birds, unofficially named, appears on the outside as a typical ancient Egyptian rock-cut tomb structure. However, it conceals an entrance to the underground labyrinth of tunnels beneath Giza. This video will delve into the historical background of this subterranean world. Although researcher Andrew Collins named it the Tomb of the Birds, there are actually 3 tomb structures nearby. The middle one, referred to as NC2, is the Tomb of the Birds. These tombs are located about 750 meters west of the Great Pyramid, near the edge of the Giza Plateau. Currently, the entrances are gated shut and are not tourist destinations, but they are among the most intriguing points of interest at Giza. Historically, there is a record from 1834 by Henry Salt, a consul general in Egypt, who worked with Captain Giovanni Caviglia, exploring the Giza Plateau over 200 years ago. Salt mentioned that he and Caviglia entered the catacombs west of the pyramids, describing them as uninviting. Caviglia ventured 300 feet into the cave network, encountering bones and carcasses of animals carried there by hyenas. Salt's memoirs, published in 2007, provide more details. He described navigating through rugged and craggy vaults, sometimes crawling among animal remains, until they entered a spacious chamber with bare, crumbling walls. This chamber connected to 3 others of similar size, each leading to intricate and uninviting labyrinthine passages. Caviglia explored another direction for 300 feet, but found nothing to entice him further. In 1837, there was a notable exploration of the Tomb of the Birds. During this investigation, it was recorded that the rocky ground west of the Great Pyramid was examined, revealing a tomb with 2 ruined chambers and a staircase leading to more apartments and shafts. Part of a large mummified bird was found, though it remains unclear if this was the same site previously examined by others. In the early 20th century, an American Egyptologist and the Harvard expedition visited the tombs in 1939. They labeled them NC1, NC2, and NC3, with NC standing for North Cliff. One of these tombs was designed as an air raid shelter for Egyptian workers during World War II. Photographs and plans of the tombs were made, and it was noted that there were no traces of painting in the central tomb, NC2. It was believed to be of the 18th dynasty origin, indicating that the tombs were likely dug in the New Kingdom period, long after the pyramids. Over a decade ago, Zahi Hawass addressed claims in the media that Andrew Collins had rediscovered the Tomb of the Birds. Hawass clarified that the tombs had always been known since their discovery by Salt and Caviglia, and that the location and contents were never lost. He confirmed the presence of tunnels leading from the tombs and mentioned his own team's recent survey of the site. Hawass described the tomb complex in detail. The rock-cut tomb extends from north to south, with an entrance about 3.2 meters high. The entrance leads to a front hall shaped like an inverted T, with 2 halls visible from there, one leading to a large room with Latin inscriptions on the ceiling, indicating the tomb had been open throughout the ages. Another hall leads to a descending passage filled with sand, pottery shards, bones, and other artifacts. Inside, modern debris and some gypsum-coated walls were found. If the paint identification is accurate, the tombs were opened and used in the New Kingdom, with Latin inscriptions suggesting usage during the Greco-Roman period. In modern times, Reisner used them as storerooms, and one tomb served as an air raid shelter. Hawass believes all 3 tombs were cut in the Greco-Roman period for the burial of sacred animals, similar to those found at Saqqara and Tuna el Gabel. While there is speculation that the tombs and tunnel system are far older, without material evidence, these claims remain speculative. The Tomb of the Birds and its surrounding structures continue to intrigue researchers and historians, offering a glimpse into the complex and layered history of ancient Egypt. In 2007 and 2008, the Tomb of the Birds, specifically Tomb NC2, was explored, revealing significant details about the site's structure and history. Within this tomb, he discovered a small breach in a wall made of stone and mortar. Peering through, he observed a vast chasm-like chamber filled with fallen rock debris. The natural cave, more than 15 meters square, was now home to bats. Collins decided to explore further. He ventured into a long natural cave tunnel that extended in a southerly direction. In some areas, the ceiling reached up to 15 feet high, and the floor was littered with animal bones. Collins traveled approximately 226 feet into the cave, but did not find an end. He returned a few months later, exploring up to 300 feet, but stopped due to safety concerns. The air was thin, the stench was unbearable, and the unknown ahead posed potential dangers. The photos Collins published to support his assessment that the caves are naturally formed, which is common in the limestone bedrock. The Giza limestone, formed millions of years ago, had groundwater flowing beneath the plateau towards the Nile long before human habitation. Thus, the existence of natural caves and tunnels beneath Giza is unsurprising. The Giza Plateau is crisscrossed by natural faults and fissures. Groundwater typically flows through these fissures, dissolving the limestone and widening the cracks over hundreds of thousands of years. While these formations are natural, it does not mean humans were unaware of them for millennia. Those who constructed the Tomb of the Birds knew about the caves, as evidenced by the constructed false wall. This wall could have been built to prevent entry or to keep out creatures like the hyenas noted by Salt. In his blog post, Zahi Hawass confirmed the existence of multiple tunnels extending beyond the measured 35 meters. Collins, however, is certain they are longer, as he walked at least 300 feet, or 91 meters, without reaching the end. Salt's account also mentioned walking several hundred yards, with 1 yard equating to 3 feet. Claims were further substantiated using radar satellite imagery of the Giza Plateau from the Terra-SAR-X satellite. The imagery revealed shadow lines emanating from the Tomb of the Birds, running from the south-southwest, corresponding with the cave system explored earlier. These shadow lines seem to extend beneath the Pyramid of Khafra. Geophysical surveys from October of 2023 confirmed the presence of passages and chambers deep below the Khafra Pyramid, potentially linking to the cave network. Whether these shadow lines indicate the cave system is unconfirmed. They could also represent large faults or fissures in the limestone, which could correspond to underground caves. This interpretation would be fair. Some researchers have speculated on the symbolic importance of the caves. The Giza Plateau's ancient name, Rostah, was also the mythical realm of Osiris in Egyptian mythology, reached by traveling through the underworld. This leads itself to the hypothesis that the caves held symbolic significance in Giza's sacred landscape. However, without concrete evidence, this remains speculative. The caves appear entirely natural. Understanding Giza's geology and hydrology makes their presence unsurprising. They have likely existed since before the pyramids. Despite this, the caves may have been accessed throughout history, possibly used in various rites and rituals, but this is purely conjectural without definitive proof. In September of 2010, Zahi Hawass and his team entered the Tomb of the Birds and discovered that the tunnels extended for 300 feet. The caves were natural and infested with bats, which confirmed previous claims. However, the tunnels ended at 300 feet, and it remains unclear if this was due to blockages or if the bedrock cave simply stopped. Cave systems can change quickly over time. The caves beneath the plateau have existed for thousands of years, likely experiencing earthquakes, flash floods, and other natural phenomena that could create blockages. Unless the tunnels are cleared and debris removed, the full extent remains unknown. The groundwater that once flowed through these tunnels had to exit somewhere. Currently, our knowledge is limited to what has been explored. The mysterious caves beneath Giza continue to intrigue researchers and offer potential insights into ancient Egyptian practices and the natural history of the region. The Giza Plateau is home to rock-cut tombs located west of the Great Pyramid. Among these tombs, labeled NC2, there is an entrance that leads to a natural cave system within the Giza limestone bedrock. This cave system appears to extend for hundreds of feet. Recent findings from inside the Tomb of the Birds, specifically Tomb NC2, offer intriguing insights into ancient Egypt. These findings showcase sites rarely seen by tourists and allow us to view the interior of these mysterious caves. The exploration begins with the approach to the rock-cut tomb NC1, which is sealed. It then moves to the Tomb of the Birds, finding the entrance open. Inside, stone pillars are visible, and the bedrock is cut and shaped with flat walls, ceilings, and floors. In one chamber, there are Latin inscriptions on the ceiling, indicating that the tomb has been accessed throughout history. Another chamber contains pottery shards, bones, and other artifacts. Proceeding further, there is a corridor leading to a crude set of steps. At the end of the corridor, a breach in a false wall made of stones and mortar, once covered and hidden, leads into the natural cave system beneath the Giza Plateau. Entering through the breach, a rough natural chamber filled with stones and weathered bedrock is encountered. The smell inside is strong, likely due to the presence of bats. The initial chamber appears somewhat worked, with some right angles visible in the bedrock. The footage reveals multiple natural tunnels extending from the main chamber. These tunnels, while natural, show signs of being influenced by groundwater and mineral-rich fluids that flowed through the bedrock over time, dissolving limestone and depositing heavier minerals. The exploration highlights the existence of natural faults and fissures. The red iron oxide in the limestone indicates long-term interaction with mineral-rich fluids. The tunnels extend in various directions, and while their full extent remains unknown, they provide a fascinating glimpse into the underground landscape of Giza. The footage from the land of Kem confirms the presence of natural caves and tunnels beneath the Giza Plateau. Their significance, however, remains a topic of debate. Were these caves part of the sacred landscape of Giza? Did the ancient Egyptians associate them with the mythical world of Osiris, known as Rostah? The natural caves could only have held symbolic meaning, but without further exploration and documentation, their true purpose remains speculative. The caves are geological formations, created by groundwater flow through faults and fissures. Exploring these caves is still in its early stages, and much remains to be discovered. The potential for new findings is immense, but until the caves are thoroughly explored and studied, we can only speculate about their full extent and significance. Thanks for joining us in this journey. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating archaeological insights and historical revelations.